Disclaimer, Fair Use Act, education purpose use only. All rights, image, music, clips, and other material belong to their prospective owner, and we do not claim ownership. Check this out. I'm gonna need everybody in this chat right now to thumb this video up, cause Trey Gang ain't playing with these suckers no more. And I'm not finna be here to entertain nobody. Yeah, we need all those likes before we even get into this shit. Cause I'm finna show y'all this right quick, right? Hold on. Right? Right here.
Who was here on Friday night, Saturday morning? It's a different question. Were you? Yeah. You were the manager, okay.
All right. I'm going to play this video one more time. And I'm going to ask y'all, this video right here that I uploaded a few minutes ago, I want y'all to watch this video one more time. And I'm going to ask, what is Trey Gang proving? What is I'm proving? And what is telling? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know.
You was here Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Yeah, I've been here on the clock.
You don't got a room that we can see?
Not this time, we're sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not. You guys are registered guests.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
But if you're not, this is private property.
Well, who are you? We don't know who you are. Talking to him. Well, you ain't state that. We don't know who you are. Talking to him. What's your name? Let me see some identification that you with the hotel. We trying to, man, look, we trying to get a room. That's all we trying to do.
Was that this
giving a fuck about it. I'm like, nah, I don't know her. There's 3 million people there. So when my little cousin called me like, yo, you see what happened to Shorty? I'm like, Shorty, who is that? He telling me, like, that's my mom, that Ruth Ann's granddaughter and all that. So I'm like, word, she what? So the nigga, basically what happened, like I said, she wasn't for the run. I was kind of broke. He's like, you know that bitch? I'm dumb. Like, I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, nah, I don't know her. There's 3 million people there. So my little cousin called me like, yo, you see what happened to Shorty? Shorty, who is that? He telling me, so like, that's my mom, that Ruth Ann's granddaughter and all that. So I'm like, word, she what? So the nigga, basically what happened, like I said, after the niggas was trying to fuck her, they trying to run her, she was put her on the train. Just fucking one day, she sold the lights on the front video. But she was way sold, I saw a nigga down on the bed and get on top of her business. And she went over, I went over that before that. I said, what? So she did what she did. They was telling me what she said. And she dumped up on her own. She dumped up on her own breakfast. They got her video. That's for that. And she make the first one, the freezer left the fucking basement. They go freeze in the basement. The freezer was in the kitchen. That's the main stuff about a lot of areas. It's like, I'm done with it. I don't know. There's 3 million people there. My cousin called me. Ain't no freezer in the basement. The freezer was in the kitchen. You feel me? It's in the kitchen. That's what the main stuff about a lot of areas.
So she went by herself. Why the best friend saying, I thought she was behind me?
Because they wasn't the best friends. First of all, it's a lot of things made stuff. Like, a lot of shit's fake. Like, Khalifa's not really right, like they say she right. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
I can, like, if I had something, I can three-way Khalifa right now. She's not really right. Like, she's not dead. None of that shit. But the situation is, she went down there and said, you feel me? Now, the whole time, but like, Maya saying she feel like Manifa might have something to do with it, you feel me? But ain't she happening in the room, you feel me? But, you feel me? Now, whatever plan Manifa and the nigga that owned the motherfucking situation, but it was a coincidence. It wasn't like, it was no something. She dude got called in the act. He copped the plea. Like, he did a deal with her type shit. Ain't no freezer in the basement. The freezer. Yeah, basically, like when she passed out, you know, she was already dead. Like, that's the exact. That's what Mike was saying. That's what the bitch is telling me. They probably thought she was already dead and put in the freezer like shit.
But I'm saying, so like, why they was trying to act like she was missing instead of just saying like, we tried to, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, you gotta be the game. Manifa is the only one that knows what's going on.
Oh, and that's the best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the page they went live on, which is Manifa page. Like, okay, so that's not her posting and saying like, this my best friend and all this stuff. Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying the best friend that's posting all the pictures saying like, find her and all this stuff like that. So she wasn't posting it. Malika. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out, is anybody know what Trey Gang is proving? Is proving and showing you on the video. What is Trey Gang trying to show the world? Right? Cause this just ain't just no video shit just piled together just so y'all can just watch shit. This shit got a meaning to it. Can anybody tell me? Cause I need to know this. Cause this just finna prove what my mind think about how the way y'all watch these videos. Watch this. This finna be the coldest breakdown ever, Jack. Boy, this finna be the coldest breakdown ever on the Kenneka Jenkins case. All right, so let me do it like this right quick, gang. This finna be the coldest breakdown ever. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that weak ass narrative they gave us? Miss Teresa and them and the news station. I might well just pull the news station up, cause now we finna spill tea. All right, let's go to this first. I'm gonna just type in Kenneka Jenkins. I'm just finna go to the news outlet. Look at the news outlet. I'm finna make a valuable point. After this live, it's over with for these suckers, Jack. It's over with. Cause when I read the chat, a lot of y'all see what's going on. All right, boom. Wait a minute. The authorities have released the footage of Kenneka, 19-year-old, in the body. What timestamp they got on there? Right? These people got 12, 13 on her. So the whole time, this where the manager would be at 12:23. Perfect time to do a reenactment. Watch this. Boom. At 12. All he finna do is unlock the freezer. That's all he finna do. Ain't nobody in the freezer, right? Ain't nobody back there. All he did was, I'm finna go open it up, right? I'm finna go get the police. And I'm gonna tell them, hey, you could put her in that freezer right back there. Let me check it out right quick. Make sure everything cool. On my flashlight, see what's going on. I think this will do pretty good. Yeah, let's see, can we go on and get that body back here. 21 for 17. Yeah, come in, Jerry. Yeah, we got a freezer back here. We could put her back here, you know what I'm talking about. Good job, Jerry. We on the way. Y'all come check the freeze out. See is it cool. Police chief, I'm on the way. All right. Now, if you watch the whole footage, watch this. Hold on. This is what they're going to show y'all this. While this going on, they in the kitchen. They in the kitchen. So look, the police is right up under this camera right here. All the police is right up under this camera with everybody. Let me stop it right here. Let me go to this. Hold on. Let me show y'all this. If you go back to this lobby footage, right? If you go back to this lobby footage and match the time up with this time, right? With this time, guess who you finna see come in? Irene now. So Irene will be just leaving the police and will be coming back in the hotel. Now look, this why French K, check this out. When French K first got there, the first thing he did when he did his perimeter check, he went out the parking lot, and when he seen in the parking lot, you see him in the kitchen. Hold up. This what you see. Hold up. I gotta get Irene them there, girl. All right. They go to worker. Boom, boom, boom. Right here. This right before 12 o'clock. All right. French Cave on the move, right? Check this out, because the police is in the kitchen right now. This is what we didn't know at first. But now we know the police is in the kitchen. So when the manager go back there and unlock the kitchen, right? When he unlocked the kitchen, that's when you're going to get Irene them to come in. Matter of fact, I could just, hold on. Matter of fact, I can. Matter of fact, I could just go to her. Check this out. So when the police locked the freezer, unlocked the freezer and gave them access, you got Irene coming in. Check this out. Then you got Killing Them coming in. Watch this. Irene gonna check this out. When Irene come in first, she gonna be in the room. Then they gonna come in. Right after when they unlock the freezer. Listen to what I'm saying. All right. When the beverage manager went back there at 12:25, 12:24, he unlocked the freezer and got law enforcement. Law enforcement is going to be where? In the Caddyshack restaurant. Off camera. That's why he came from this way. That's why the beverage manager came from this way, because this is where all the police at. So when he unlocked that John at 12, watch this. Irene come in before. And when she came in before, she leaves before they show up. So she gonna leave before they show up. Now you gotta think about the time now. So when Irene leave, that's when he finna go unlock the freezer. So once he unlocked the freezer, he come back. They come in, right? They come in. David Pena is in the lobby. He walking back towards the freezer. You gotta, that's why when I showed you in the video, David Pena, when Jedediah asked him, where was you, what time? You know what I'm saying? You was at the hotel. He said right at 1 o'clock, and he left at 1 o'clock in the morning. Proving he was still would be here in the kitchen with the police. They come in. When they come in, look who coming in at 12:36. CC, family member. You got Irene family. It's been proven. So the first people you finna see on is family members. Bam. Then they come in. Right? Boom. Once they come in, this when Irene come back in. Right? Because you got to think about the time skip. You got to think about the time skip when they come to this stuff. So look, boom. 12:36, 12:44. Let's play this video. Because all of this is going on while the police is in the kitchen. Boom. This when they finna put her in the kitchen. And the police is seen on, well, they ain't actually seen on camera because it skipped for about 30 minutes. But we know what they were doing for those 30 minutes of putting the body in the freezer, right? So let's add the timestamps up. So when Irene come back in, boom, 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 everybody get to running out. But if you go to the news, this how the news gonna help them, right? Stop it right here. So the news know this. And they still cooperated with the narrative. Boom. You got Kenneka. Hold up. Watch this. You got Kenneka coming in. Bam. Let's stop it right there. They said they're supposed to be at 2 something, right? I'm finna stop it right there. Okay. At 12:27, round about this time, who would be going live? Hold up. Check this out. Who would be going live? At 12:24. Booyah! 12:24. Threw everybody off. This was going on at 12. And this a video that was on the 6th. And they uploaded this 12 something. Boo y'all. Hold up. This at 12 something. Keep this in mind what Miss Teresa said. I know she left the house at 11:30. Really, Miss Teresa? I think you want to re-corroborate your story at this point. Cause in the first of this video, that's why I told y'all. The beginning of this video, you don't see Kenneka. You don't see Kenneka. She already out the room in this video right here. See, he turned the camera around. Boom, no Kenneka. That's Jalen Ford. That's Jalen Ford. Boom. You think that's Irene, but that's really Jalen Ford. Watch this. On the 11th floor. 11th floor, Jalen Ford room. Now you see what Marco was getting to Jalen Ford at. So boom, now you see the camera flip. So since the camera flip, this finna be the beginning of the video. This the beginning of the video. TY come in. What's up, folks? What y'all on? Then he show Kenneka right here. This the beginning of the live. Let me show her. We just got her. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, everybody in the room, everybody chilling. Boom. Look, the manager knock on the door. Once the manager knock on the door, look, Kenneka take a sip of the drink. Once she take the sip of the drink, now she ain't even in the room no more. Now she ain't even in the room no more. She gone already. You see how I just played TY live in reverse? Boom. She ain't in the room no more. So that means she finna be with who? Staff members. She finna be with who? Staff members. At what time in the morning? Round about 12 and 1. Right? Well, really, 1. Cause check this out. Once you go to Irene live, right? Once you go to Irene live video, you heard in the Irene live video, Monifa clearly telling everybody, we about to come outside. We clearly heard Irene park in the parking lot. Park in the park. It's a parking lot. Right? We clearly heard Monifa talking about, he said enjoy yourself. And you know what I'm saying? I am enjoying myself. Then you heard dude be like, man, look, you riding with me or what? So you know who that was in the background. And we see all this, right? Hold on. I need a live video. I need Irene live video. Oh, I want to go to the original video. Well, look, I ain't even got to do that because y'all heard the video. Here we go. Check this out. Now, they said this supposed to be at 1:36. Keep that in mind. Let's say 1:36 going to be true on September the 6th. Right? So, boom. You got the girl in Irene live video. So, if she come out the room at 1:36, out the room, some between that time, that's going on 2 o'clock, right? That would be going on 2 o'clock. So that means Kenneka would have came out that room. And she gonna be with staff members too. Cause that's what Zach TV said in the beginning. They said security was on camera with Kenneka, but they said she walked past security all drunk. Then when you think about Andrew Hall narrative, oh, she was in the lobby at 3:20. But whatever, why would he say she was in the lobby at 3:20, never show the footage? And why they said it was at 3:20? Let's say 2:20. They would match up, right? So now look, boom. While this going on, keep this in mind. This 12:30. This is 12:30. This is 1:36. And Kenneka will come out the room round 2 some, like Leonora said in the beginning. So boom. You got Kenneka come out the room. Then you get this. Watch this. Hold on. Then you get this.
Like, I don't really give a fuck about it. I'm like, nah, I don't know her. There's 3 million people there. But when my little cousin called me, like, yo,
So check this out. You can take this as the truth right here. Cause he finna tell everybody Kenneka was in the kitchen with the dude that owned the kitchen. Hello? This dude who owned the Caddyshack, Bill Mary, he said the person that owned the kitchen got caught in the act. Now check this out. Listen to this.
you see what happened, Shorty? I'm like, Shorty, who is that? He tell me, that's mama, that Ruth Ann's granddaughter and all that stuff. I'm like, word, she grew up. So the nigga, basically what happened, like I said, she wasn't for the run. I'm from Chicago, I'm in Brooklyn. He's like, you know that bitch? I'm dumb, like, I don't really give a fuck about it. I'm like, nah, I don't know her. There's 3 million people there. So when my little cousin called me, like, yo, you see what happened, Shorty? I'm like, Shorty, who is that? He tell me, like, that's mama, that Ruth Ann's granddaughter and all that stuff. I'm like, word, she grew up. So the nigga, basically what happened, like I said, after the niggas was trying to fuck her, they was trying to run her, she wasn't for the run, the train shit, you feel me? She was fucking with one nigga. Maya showed me part of the video, but the way it showed her throwing the nigga down on the bed again.
Now this is gonna be in the room. That's what the dude's gonna be doing to Kenneka in the room before she left out the room to be with who? A hotel member, right? Check this out. And it's videos.
You know, not like the kitchen, she rolled open, but no one knows that part of that. Like I said, but she fucking after she did what she did, they was still smoking and shit, and she ducked off on her own. You feel me? Like she ducked off on her own type shit. That's when they got her on video walking past the front desk. Like first of all, the freezer's not in the fucking basement. Ain't no freezer in the basement. The freezer was in the kitchen. You feel me?
So watch this. This the crazy part about it. Bruh, that means Kenneka's body was right here in the fucking kitchen at 12:31. Hold up. If you rewind it, watch this shit. Perfect timing to get the body out the kitchen while the police is waiting for him to bring the body. There you go. There go the car. Now look, you finna see him follow right behind him. You see how the time stopped? And he's finna pick back up. Boom, it picked back up, right? So look, you got him finna be right behind him. He even mopping the carpet and shit. So there he go with the mop bucket. So now you see him with the mop bucket. The time pause again. Let's see when he gonna kick back on. Cause I'm finna show y'all something. 12:24. Right? This how they playing with us. Look how long it paused. Hold up. Let me skip it a little bit. Hold up. Let me go back. So the camera finna cut back on. Hold up. Now you just see these people. I'm waiting on the female girl to come out there with the man with the mop bucket. You don't see it do it. Right? You don't see it do it. Watch this.
He's in the kitchen. That's when the main flow by the lobby area. It's like I'm from Chicago in Brooklyn. He's like, you know that bitch? I'm like, I don't really give him the fuck about it. I'm like, nah, I don't know her. There's 3 million people there. So when my little cousin called, ain't no freezer in the basement. The freezer was in the kitchen. You feel me? He's in the kitchen. That's when the main flow by the lobby area.
So she went by herself while the best friend saying, I thought she was behind me.
Because they wasn't the best friend. First of all, there's a lot of fake pages out there. Like, a lot of shit is fake. So, like, Malifa's not really writing like they say she's writing. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
I could, like, if I had to know, I could 3-way Malifa right now. She's not really writing like she's writing. She's not dead.
So boom. Exactly at 1:25. He will be pushing her in the freezer to the freezer. Right? Or this footage could be at 12:25. Watch this. This the purpose why I'm showing y'all this video. You just seen this man push the cart. Right? You see him push the cart. Don't you supposed to see this behind him? Hold on. Right here. Don't you supposed to see that girl with the dude with the mop bucket? Right here. You don't see that dude. And she right behind him. Here we go right here. She right behind him, but why the lobby, why food court hall don't show that? Walking right behind him with the bag. All right. So boom. If you listen to, so basically what he's saying, Kenneka would be in the restaurant, bruh. The restaurant is a part of the kitchen. So that means her body was her. The whole time. The whole time, the body was in the restaurant.
But the situation is, she went down there and said, you feel me? Now, the whole time, but like, Maya's saying she feel like my niece might have something to do with it, you feel me? But ain't happening in the room, you feel me? You feel me? Now, whatever plan Manifa and the nigga that owned the motherfucking situation, but it was a coincidence. It wasn't like, it was no something. Dude got caught in the act, he copped the plea. Like he did a deal with her type shit. Ain't no freezer in the basement. The freezer, yeah, basically, like when she passed out, you know, she's already dead. Like, that's the exact. That's what Mike was saying. That's what the bitch is telling me. They probably thought she was already dead, like put in the freezer type shit.
But I'm saying, so like, why don't everybody, so why they was trying to act like she was missing instead of just saying like, we tried to, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, you gotta be the game. Like, Lisa is the only one that knows what's going on.
So check this out. They all still trying to put it off on Monifa. I'ma just go back with Cassidy going off of what Shemaya told him. And he just relaying for what Shemaya told him. Now check this out. You got straight drop. Look at all the people that will be coming again. This why you got everybody walking. Hello. So boom. Let me go to this video. This finna explain this. If you watch this whole 36-hour footage, matter of fact, you got to watch the whole 36-hour footage. Cause if you don't, you'll never know none of this shit. Cause look, this explains why everybody will be coming through her. Check this out. If you watch this whole video, you're gonna want to know, like, let me see, for a prime example. You go back a little bit. Look at Bree Bree. You can tell how the way Bree Bree walked, she already knew where she was at. That's why Bree Bree gonna have Teresa car keys. Alright. If you wind it back a little further, just check out when the dudes come in. I'm finna show you when the dudes come in. Now here go the couple that's finna be coming in running right there. They finna go holler at who? The dude that know where the body is. Right? So everybody stopped to talk to him. See how the times, you see that? All right. Let's go back a little more. Man, y'all remember in the beginning, them YouTubers used to say it used to be a struggle right up in here. Y'all remember they used to have us looking out in here talking about it was even Straight Drop. Straight Drop was the one that was talking about, y'all look at him closer. Do it look like he back there fighting? Y'all remember that shit, right? So let's wind it back a little bit further. Right here. Check this out. Here we go. That's why they were loafing over here, bruh. That's why the old bastard was over here. Because I was like, wait a minute. Why everybody would be coming and they all would stop in this location, bruh? Look. You see this shit? Boom! Who they gonna be talking to? They talking to the police, bruh. What time this gonna be? Between the hours of 2:15 or 3:15. Let's go to the goddamn footage. Let's go to 3:15. No wonder, goddammit. Let's see who finna go up under this goddamn camera. Right on cue. Right on cue, bruh. Come on, man. It's police officers all around this motherfucker. Like they standing around, they standing around. Look. See that? Boom! Right on the money. That's all the police did is stay out the camera view. That's all they did while they was in the kitchen, bruh. And everybody else would be coming in. Boom, boom, boom. Look at the setup. Look. Man, look, they waiting on the police, bruh. They just left from the police. So you know the police got them right here in this area for a particular reason. Look how the police cleared the kitchen. So all what Kenneka did, check this out, bro. Kenneka changed hoodies with Kenneka. You see what I'm saying? That's the smartest thing to do, huh? Put my coat on. Let me wear your job. Cause I don't want to come in here dressed up like all red, like everybody else in the room. Hi y'all, appreciate the cash app game, Jack. Now look, they go here. So if we go to at 3 something, hold up. Now this will be going on upstairs, but goddamn it, downstairs, you gotta look alike. Look, 12-13, just show her coming in there. You can exit Kenneka out. It's just gonna be these 3 come in. Won't it make sense? Kenneka is not with these people, bruh. It's just these 3 bastards. Cause if you looked on the car, Bree was driving the car the whole time. You go back to Bree text message. That's why she said she didn't want to drive on the E-way like that. Going out to Rosemont at 11:30. So boom. Bree gonna drive, and Monifa gonna be at Kenneka house, and Shamaya gonna be there. But that's why they want to make y'all believe they had to go pick up Bree. But when you look at Bree statement, they never asked her how she, I'm saying. This so crazy. Look at all the loopholes in this. So basically, Bree was the one that left the house at 11:30 with Miss Teresa Carr. Cause Kenneka gonna be at this hotel in this restaurant in a goddamn bag. So when they arrive there, they just gonna have Kenneka edited on the footage. Or a lookalike on the footage. You see what I'm saying? So boom. Now you got a lookalike. Roman. Now they said she supposed to be in the kitchen at 3:30. Now look at the lies they told. Look what will be really going on at 3:30. See that? Now you got him taking pictures. Remind y'all, it's 2 cameramans. You got to know this shit, bruh. You got to dig in all the paperwork. You just can't just go about what the crowd talking about and all this. You got to bag this shit up with paperwork, receipts, and everything. Cause look, this at 3:30, bruh. These people in the kitchen. Andrew Home gonna tell y'all she in the lobby. So watch this. Who do you believe at this point? And I'm finna put it like this on the screen. I'm finna mess him up with this one. Now look. Him.
Inside another door.
Now I'm finna stop it right here. This is what I want everybody to focus on. This shit right here. You got Andrew narrative. You got the news narrative. Right? You got the news narrative. And you got the surveillance footage. Watch this. Andrew Holmes said, I saw her in the lobby at 3:20. That's wrong. The news said, oh, she walked in the kitchen at 3:32. That's wrong. What the surveillance footage would show? She in the goddamn kitchen at 3:30 in the bag. And the police is right there with her. So when you think about the police, hey, since we all on the footage on September the 9th, just do one thing. Change the date. Man, simple. Change the date on it. And you ain't got to just really do no editing to it. Only thing you gonna have to have these time skips. The only time skip that you finna get out of this when the family involved. So every time you see the time skip of the missing footage, that's where Miss Teresa will come in there. Show me the camera. Show me those real tapes. You see that? The shit that she talking about, so that's the missing footage that we need to see so we can catch those bastards, right? And she used that to her advantage. Yeah, show us that real tape. Yeah, show me that camera above the freezer. Now watch this. It's another freezer right here where this police officer standing there. Y'all mean to tell me they did crop this? If you look at the flow mat of this, they got this shit running in a picture form. It ain't like this. Like a TV screen. Think about your flat screen. Nobody don't have no box flat screen. Your flat screen is not shaped like this. Right? So that means if, just say like, y'all see where my mouse at right here? Just say this what they did. They cropped it out. Just pretend this the footage. This the freezer, this black part. Only thing they did was this. Crop that freezer above the freezer out. Boom! Now you got this. But if you slide it all the way back, you will have a whole view of the goddamn freezer right here. It's 2 freezers in this kitchen, bro. Matter of fact, 3 freezers in this kitchen. So boom, what you gonna believe? Andrew home? Nope. The news says she walked in there at Trey Gang. Wrong. Look, she in that freezer with the police. So watch this. At Tucson, matter of fact, let's go to 136. This would be the perfect timing. Cause y'all know that's when they finna roll the trash back. That's when they finna roll Kenneka back to the freezer, right? You know what the smartest thing to do while they would be doing that? While Kenneka body would be going to a freezer at 126. Look, watch this. If Kenneka body went to that freezer at 126, this why you gonna get this shit. This why you got this video. And then look.
Taxes was feeling so.
That's why you gonna have this video. This why Teresa and Leonora and them had to edit this video to say that Kenneka was in the room and nobody wasn't doing nothing to her, right? Because they gonna be all down here. So Leonora got to edit that video and they got to upload this video round about this time. So they could be like, well, look, to cover my ass, you know what I'm saying? We need to show this video to the world so nobody won't see Miss Teresa, Monifa, killing them all downstairs in the kitchen with the police officer placing her in the bag. That's why you got lip glosses in the freezers and scrunchies in the freezers. So look, boom, check this out. That's why you got Irene live video on the 9th. On the 9th. So you can believe she was still in the room. At least I know at 1:30 September 9th. That's the only thing they want y'all to focus on. That they want y'all to think y'all, you know what I'm saying? She in that room. But that girl in that bag. So now you see why Leonora and Miss Teresa will have a motive for Kenneka phone to upload these videos and to manipulate the public. So boom. Let's go to Tucson. 236. Right here. What do you see at 236? Since, check this out. Since they uploaded TY Live at 12:24, well, they really uploaded it at 2:36. Well, they really didn't upload TY Live to on the 9th. I mean, not on the 9th. They really uploaded, I think, like 3 days later. 3 days later, that's when you get the TY Live video. When they released the TY Live video, at first they said they're supposed to be at 3:30. That's how she came out the room. Then they switched it to 2:30, right? So when you think about that, right? Look how many times they had to switch the timestamp up. Look how many times they had to switch the timestamp so that the police will cooperate with their story, with with their video to come up with the best narrative they could come up with. So they they decided, show her coming out the room at 2 some, and she roamed the halls for an hour, which they can't explain for an hour. So everybody ain't thinking what would be going on for an hour, right? Ain't nobody thinking. So if she was roaming the hall for an hour, look what would be going on this footage for an hour. You got your answer right here. This what would be going on for a whole hour. Watch this shit here all the way to 3:30. Look. Watch this all the way to 3:30. So if you watch this from 2 some to 3, you will see Kenneka wasn't roaming no halls for no hour. Trey Gang just debunked the main media news, bro. You see what I'm saying? Watch this for a whole hour. And then look, I got so many videos on the kitchen alone about the timestamps. About the timestamps. Look. So boom, at 3:20, this what they would be doing. So Andrew Homer like, yeah, she was in the lobby, walked past the front desk and stuff. So boom, while they doing this, check this out. Here go. What else a smart thing to do? Round 4 song. Check this out. If you watch this footage for another hour, like right up in this time frame, look what's going on right here. So look. Don't it look like they through with their investigation? Don't it look like they through with the investigation, right? Watch this. They through taking photos. They through tampering with the body. So they through, right? Look what time they're going to be through. Right at 4:30. What Miss Teresa said? I got to call at 4:34. She covered her own ass. Look, so when she was like, okay, they through, this when I'm going to get the call at 4:34. Check this out. Damn near 30 minutes later, the lady here viewed the body at 4 and really at 5 in the morning. Check this out. Make it so bad, Miss Teresa come in here, see the body. Before she saw the body, they handed her all the evidence that took pictures. So basically, they took everything out the freezer and handed it back to Miss Teresa. Now you will see where they'll get lip glosses and all this shit from. You see what I'm saying? Y'all getting all y'all answers from the Kenneka Jenkins case, bruh. So boom, right at 5, Miss Teresa come in, see the body. Right? And Miss Teresa said it's a camera above the freezer. Now check this out. I know it ain't no camera above the freezer right here, But this same camera right here can show that freezer where he's standing at. So Miss Teresa knows something about this freezer right here that they cropped out. You see what I'm saying? So when Miss Teresa and them came in there, when you look at this photo, Miss Teresa been asking to see the body. So remember y'all everything what Miss Teresa said when Miss Teresa had us thinking while she was at the hotel all day long. She was constantly sweating the police. Can I just see the body? Can I? And they denied her. Look, I bet you Miss Teresa was asking to see that girl body. God damn it, for the whole 36 hours. Before September 9th at 5 in the morning. So this when she would actually see the body on the third time. You see what I'm saying? So that means Miss Teresa been know her daughter was dead on the 6th and on the 7th. Cause she told everybody she finna be rich. So look, boom, on the 7th, that's when everybody started booking the room 926. So the room 926 will book for them bastards to come and hang out at while the police do their investigation and work with Miss Teresa. See what I'm saying? So that means when the lawyer said Miss Teresa been camping out on 3 separate occasions, that means you can't camp out nobody. Look, they said the lady camped out on 3 different times. So that means, was it all in one day or was it was in the span of 36 hours? So that means from the 7th and the 8th, Miss Teresa was demanding to see the body and they was like, no. Whatever Miss Teresa had going on, since they wouldn't let her see the body, she started calling the hotel at one time. At 2:30, round about this time, talking to who? Security guards. To security, bruh. It's on the court documents. So Miss Teresa was sweating them folk like boom. Soon when they told her about a missing person report, because when you go back to P's, killing them, what they claim they were doing? Round 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. These people told y'all they was searching and looking for her, bruh. And know that was a goddamn lie, because these bastards is all downstairs in the fucking kitchen. Like we thought these bitches were gonna be at. But look, the cold part about it, let's go back to 1:30. Look what will be going on all at the same time. At 1:30, you got them putting her in the freezer. You got the Irene live video. Then you got Miss Teresa on the girl's phone. You got the girl phone. And exactly at 1:20, you texting, you ready to go. I see why y'all ready to go. Look what just happened. You just place her in the freezer. The police is on camera waiting on the body to arrive in the bag, and Miss Teresa's on Kenneka phone texting, I'm ready to go. Then look, no response to 30 minutes later. Look what we be going on 30 minutes later on the fucking footage. That's why Trey Gang watched that footage. That's why when that footage was public, I made sure I watched every single. I'm talking about, man, I watched this footage so many times, bro. You ain't even got to put the timestamp on it. I can go clearly to the timestamp. I mean, to the video without the timestamp. And watch this. Do you know the crazy part about it? Look at all the people right now they're still thinking that she didn't walk in the freezer without no proof. But this the proof. This to show the world that, hey, you say you think Kenneka walk in the freezer? No. Can you prove it? Not really. Well, let me show you how you can prove it. If you understand the timestamp, this how you can prove it. He's showing y'all what's about to happen here. Look what the police doing. What he saying? Somebody telling me what y'all think he talking about. Him alone. My point exactly. My point exactly. So look, when it was time for her to place her in the freezer, this where everybody will be getting scared at. Like, damn, y'all want us to put her in the freezer? I bet you in the kind of they helped, like Miss Teresa said. They helped them. So when Miss Teresa was on that news, I believe the hotel helped us kill my child. So you got, now you see the motive. That's why they were testing on Kenneka's phone, because they were ready to go. Look what we be showing on the footage. Right? Then when you go to Tucson on the footage, these people taking pictures and all of this shit. Then drop another video. Look. Let's drop the T.Y. Live video. Boom. Look. You see this? Every time when they doing something they ain't supposed to be doing, like talking about the cameras. One time Miss Teresa, one time did P said, man, they told us that we need to file a missing person report to review the footage. Who would be able to tell these people that? The motherfucking police. So in so many words, he told everybody we were talking to the police, and the police told us we need to file a missing person report to review the tapes. You see what I'm saying? So if you match what he talking about, you can simply go to, look, check this out. The way I just broke this shit down, bruh. Man, look. The way I just broke this shit down. Go to Teresa Martin. Right? Look, go to Miss Teresa Martin interview. This whole interview right here. Look. This whole interview right here. Everything what she gonna say is gonna be in this time frame. Not at 7:09, not at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, not going on the 10th. She ain't talking about that. Do this whole interview finna hit different once you figure out the timestamp. Oh, everything what you said, Miss Teresa, is evolving round about this time frame. Even though you went along with the dates to being changed, but you still told the truth in the same time frame. Watch how this lady finna stutter. And look, make it so bad. The lady lied so hard and end up giving you the truth. Only thing she lied about, Kenneka left the house at 4:34. And she last saw her at 11:30, leaving the house. You see that? But all the rest of that shit, when she talking about, yeah, you know, they denied me after the third time of them denying me, you know what I'm saying? They finally let us went back there. So that's going to be at 5 o'clock in the morning on September the 9th, right? So when you listen to this shit hit totally different. Watch this. And I'm muting my microphone. Y'all get those likes up, bro. Sure right now. Man, sure, like this video right now. Cause if you don't get what I'm saying and exposing it, cause this is so simple laid out. This live is so simple laid out. It ain't no more question about what happened to it, what's the motive, and all of this. You should know this. And this the last time that I'm finna ever speak up on this shit. You see what I'm saying? You got the information. I want to see what the public finna do with this information. I'm finna see what the public, I'm finna see how strong backbones that people got for Kenneka Jenkins, bro. Man, these folks told me let that girl rest in peace. Man, these folks said stop talking about it. These people made it weird for you to keep watching the same video over and over and over. They said the Kenneka Jenkins community is dead. It's dried up. I want to see if it actually dead. Numbers don't lie, Jack. Listen to this whole interview.
And we have a guest here this morning, man. This is kind of a very important interview today. We want to introduce and we want to bring on the show today Kenneka Jenkins' mother, Miss Teresa Martin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We know you're going through a difficult time, a tough time, and there's a lot of emotions and feelings and just a lot that you're dealing with at the moment. So up front, we just want to say thank you for taking the time to
Bitch ain't going through shit.
Thank you all for having me.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
So for those who, I'm assuming everyone in Chicago knows the story of Kenneka Jenkins by now, but Kyle, just a little backstory. The 19-year-old girl who was found frozen in a freezer in the Rosemont Crown Plaza Hotel.
That's right.
So let's start there. Let's start the night that you got the phone call about your daughter.
Okay. I received a phone call, 4:34 in the morning.
Started the interview off with a lie. Boy, look at this Christian lady here. Mother Teresa, the prophetess, started off with a lie.
From her friend, stating to me that my daughter's missing. They can't find her. So I asked them, could they take their time, just have a little patience at first to see if they can find her. In the background, I hear
another lie. Another lie. So she ain't on the phone. She gonna be there with them. If you exit that out talking about I got to call at 4:34, just look what will be going on at 4:34. Miss Teresa there. Everybody, she gonna be there with Monifa now. She gonna see them physically, not on the phone. Listen to this shit.
One of the other friends stating, she tired of waiting. She tired of this. She, getting a little rowdy. So I asked them to calm down.
To calm down and let the police do what they do. Simple. I'm reading between the lines, bruh. You see what I'm saying? Calm down. Look at the keywords. Calm down. She trying to calm down Monifa. Cause Monifa, you can tell Monifa scared. Cause if you go to Irene, if you go to Miss Teresa, live when she was getting on Monifa ass, she was basically saying Monifa was not to be trusted. Cause Monifa was shaking. And when they pulled the lick, they was all scared that girl was gonna say something. So they put pressure on the girl. Spooked the girl. You know what I'm talking about. Look at Leonora. That's why Leonora ain't got shit to say. You see that? She ain't got shit to say. She can't even say shit if she want to. What the fuck she gonna be talking about round about this time? You see her? You see her mind of thought, ain't it? Look how big her forehead is. Man, there's all kind of thoughts going on in their head right now, bro.
And just bring my car to me.
Because your daughter had, because they were at the hotel for a party, and your daughter was the driver of the night.
Yes, my daughter was the driver of the night.
They had her keys at this moment.
They had her keys.
Another lie.
And they never mentioned that they had a phone until after I got off the phone with one friend. I called her phone just to hear other friend state to me that I have a phone too. So I asked them, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right.
Right. So
you gave them the keys. And Irene had the phone, text message delivering order. No wonder why Irene is the middle of this shit when it comes to the party, cause Irene is related to Kenneka Martin and Miss Teresa. No wonder why she played the biggest role when it come to the room and everything was going down in the room she was in. Simple shit, bruh.
So, after that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, they wasn't.
Okay.
From when me speaking with her friends.
Another goddamn lie. The hotel was very cooperative if they covering up your end. So why you want to switch the question? She asked you about the style, but you consistently go back to the friend. Listen to this shit, bro.
And the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, they wasn't.
Okay.
From when me speaking with her friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they was looking for, because I asked them, to continuously look for at first.
Right.
And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out that
Yes, they
night?
were going to kick him out that night.
And
because
this is like about 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, shit. So now you watch the footage. Now you know what's on the footage. Now you remember what Kilo Brown was talking about 3-something in the morning? Guess who all gonna be on footage at 3-something in the morning with the police? Hello, Jack. Pay y'all. Appreciate the cash out too, y'all.
Yeah.
They was going to kick them out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They can't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes, obviously.
When was, the friends that called you, when was their last time that they saw your daughter, Kenneka, alive? What's their last reaction, interaction with Kenneka?
Well, they stated to me it was because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before.
You finna say at 2-some, but she should have said at 2-some on September the 6th. At 2-some on September the 6th, Miss Teresa.
Before they called me. I asked them why didn't they call me before. They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know that my daughter was missing. The one that left my house with Kenneka.
Right. Now, but did they say how she broke from the group? Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay. It was like 2 different stories. First, that day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Okay.
Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door. So
they changed where they saw her last?
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator? Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in the elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kenneka.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No, not in the videos, not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything with that. No.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there. So now, okay, so you're at the hotel, you find her. So when do they actually, from when you get to the hotel, when does the hotel finally find your daughter in the freezer?
Well, once I arrived, they finally found her after the third time of us coming in, me and my family coming up to the hotel begging for help from the hotel, pleading with them, and also Rosemont Police Department.
So it was like hours. Like, was it like 36 hours?
Yes, it was like 36 hours.
I have a question about why, if somebody says that their daughter is missing in their hotel, why wouldn't they be willing to help? Did they give you a reason as to, we're not concerned, she'll just show up, she's probably okay, and they just blew it off? Did they have a reason for why they're not willing to help at that point?
Well, they stated to me that, basically it wasn't their concern, the hotel, Crown Plaza, and manager at the time. That's a police matter.
Oh, it was a police matter.
And the police probably say a person has to be missing for 48 hours in order for you to file an official report.
24.
24 hours. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's more than 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So when did they finally go look through the tapes to realize, okay, she really was at this hotel? So I guess I'm trying to figure out, how did they discover her in the freezer?
Okay, when my daughter went up there.
Your other daughter?
Yes, my other daughter, Lenore.
Okay.
When she
Look how she even answered the question. Okay, when they actually discover her in the freezer. You see how she got to beat around the bush just to, you know what I'm saying? Get straight to the point. Like, look, when they actually discover up in the freezer, man, we was out there and them folk came up and said, man, she in the freezer. We like, what? None of that, bruh. So, look, if you think about what Miss Teresa got stuck in her big ass head, Miss Teresa, this was all piled up in her head. I'm finna take this hotel down and I'm finna do some interviews. So the lady started talking, which she shouldn't have did. She supposed to remain silent, because anything you say can use against you. So every word that come out her mouth, look at it like this. From Trey Gang's perspective, if you look at it like law enforcement, well, the court system, they can use everything against Miss Teresa. Cause if you actually find out the truth, like, okay, well, if this was going on the footage, and we got the footage, and she stating and all of this, she basically just aired out both of them by her even speaking up on that. Do you get what I'm saying? This is like Trey Gang committed murder. Everybody know Trey Gang committed the murder, but it's lack of evidence though, right? Cause of corruption. But everybody know I did it. But just say I mentioned certain shit like, just say I mentioned something about a murder weapon. Right? And this thing you know, years later on down the line, you find a murder weapon. And be like, damn, this what Trey Gang said, he had a hatchet. And we got the hatchet now. You see what I'm saying? So everything what Miss Teresa said, she basically finna tell y'all she was talking to the police round this time about the camera footage. Since Miss Teresa could have her way, watch this. This finna make a lot of sense. And I need the likes and the shares to go up on this one. And if you look at Miss Teresa mindset in this big ass head of hers, this lady decided, I'm finna go to this hotel 7 in the morning. Well, she already at the hotel. I'm finna walk up in this lobby. And I'm finna go and talk to this housekeeping lady on the 11th floor. Talk to the housekeeping lady on the 11th floor. And then walked out the hotel. Then you got Leonora, Miss Teresa, you know what I'm saying? Later on that day, still going to the Crown Plaza and harassing the female employee that's on the 11th floor. That's what the police got a problem with. And the hotel management. Now you, goddamn it, fucking with the staff members, and the police will still be there. Cause keep this in mind, the police took the body. Keep this in mind, Kenneka body gone. They done took the body out the kitchen around 5 something in the morning. So the body is not gonna be at the hotel no more. So boom, Miss Teresa know the body, the coroner got the body. So what Miss Teresa gonna do is start harassing the housekeeping lady, and that's why the police told her, man, y'all finna get up off the premises. You know what I'm saying? Y'all barred from the premises. So Miss Teresa got mad and want to tell everybody, y'all, they barred us from the premises, made us stand outside because we trying to find where Kenneka is. Now you trying to find out what the hotel got going on in the midst of the cover up. You see what I'm saying? So that's what that's all about. So when you see Leonora and them and Teresa and them at that hotel later on that night, it was not about finding Kenneka's body in the freezer. It sounds like you want to know why the real reason Miss Teresa would be harassing that lady? If Miss Teresa and that lady was involved with Kenneka being put in a trash bag, you got a motive to harass that lady. I see why you was up there on the 11th floor trying to get to that lady, bruh. This shit easy now. Ain't no more conspiracy theory. No more on no Kenneka Jenkins no more, bruh. Check this out. Watch this.
She went up to the hotel when I came, after me returning back home. She headed out the door as I was coming in, her and 2 of her friends. And when they got up to the hotel, they asked, the person at the front desk if they can look on the cameras and see once again, if they see, if the Kenneka's.
I believe Miss Teresa did saw her in the white trash bag. Cause look, hold on, be right back. I'ma show it to you. Hold up, let me show it to you first. This is why I believe Miss Teresa. See, you got to really listen. You got to really cipher everything what Miss Teresa said. Oh, you said something about a white trash bag? That go back to what I was saying. You use keywords that can evict your ass. Let's go to the white trash bag. Alright. Hold up. I don't think that was a lie. Hold up.
I'm sorry, if Kenneka was there.
Right.
And they stated to her also as well that it was a police matter. So she calls 911 as well. And the police suggested that and told her that he couldn't leave and come up to the hotel to meet her. She would have to come down to the police station. Once she came, got to the police station and made the report, the missing person report, the only reason that Crown Plaza Police Department came back up to the hotel, not because of my daughter was missing, not because of the missing person report, was because Lenore forgot to put her signature on the missing person report paper.
Right.
So
It's the Rosemont Police.
Yes,
correct?
the Rosemont Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
So once he got there, and he had called and asked her where was she. She stated that she's back up at the hotel. She's telling the person at the front desk at the hotel that now she has a missing person report number. She stated, could they look at the cameras? And they still deny her. To see if her sister was missing. She asked the Rosemont police officer, if he can give her a copy of the police report. He stated to her, it'll take all day.
Look, all that's a lie.
He can't give her a copy, so she asked him, could she have the number to the missing person report. So upon his arrival, Lenore asked him, could you please look at the cameras, the security cameras, to see if they see Kenneka. And he finally agreed he would. He went into the security office, from my understanding.
And this is
Now check this out. So the police will be showing them the cameras. So Miss Teresa gonna be there watching on camera with the police going over the narrative.
Officer that we're talking about.
Yes,
right
the officer that made out the missing person report.
Okay.
Lenore stated to me that he went in there like 5 minutes, came back out, and stated that
that's a lie.
On the missing person report, that he searched front and back, and he did not see Kenneka entering or exiting the building.
So that means she wasn't there, according to them.
According to them, she wasn't there.
Okay. So who found Kenneka in the freezer?
So the police wasn't lying. The police wasn't lying when they told us she wasn't there. Miss Teresa knew she wasn't there, but she needed us to believe she was there so we could be on her side to fight against her enemies. Man, this bitch got me so heated.
And did they find her just by accident, or did they find her because they were looking at the videos?
Okay, well, when we was there, the Rosemont Police Department stated that they're the ones that found Kenneka. But with me looking at the news and reading in the newspapers, an employee found her. So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
So you don't know who?
You're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kenneka while she was in the freezer.
At the being denied at first because I asked them, and I went online on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help, and I started timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up, they couldn't say that I wasn't, conscious enough.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like I was like
right.
out of my mind or whatever.
Right.
And I stated, because I had made a post on Facebook before that, when I was in search of Kenneka, that.
See that when she was in search of for Kenneka, she had to time herself. Boy, ain't that dry snitching? That's that's self-criminating right there. You got to time yourself. I see why you got to time yourself to match up what's on the footage.
I needed help, if somebody see my daughter to inform me, and after I made this live video, I re-entered the hotel and I asked them, how was she laying? The head detective, how was she laying? He stated she was laying on her side. And I said, was she laying, how was her legs? Was they curved, like in a fetal position? Yes. He said, no, they were straight. I said, okay. Next question. Can I see my daughter? How she died? How she laid in the freezer? As I wanted to see her. He said, the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in with a very rude attitude. No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can write his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective, badge number. So then he said, as everybody getting ready to round up to go, he said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna speak with the coroners and see what they can do. So here we go.
Oh, that's criminating right there. Cause look, watch this. What time Trey Gang showed y'all? What time they finna wrap this shit up? They finna wrap this shit up, right? They through with the investigation. She finna come in there. So what that means? She just criminated herself, bruh.
Hours later, 5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but rounding it off, 5 hours later, they come to me.
So check this out. If you do all the math, look what time it go back to. So boom. If you round it out 5 hours and listen to that lady again, she basically just exposed herself with the police, and she was with the police way before 2 o'clock in the morning. That's what I got out of that. Cause look, everything what she said, what y'all be thinking September the 10th. At 12 some. If you look at September the 9th at 12 some, it hit different. Only thing she telling y'all what really going on, but the date's wrong. That's all. That's all. So take everything what you seen on the 10th and what you heard from her on the 10th and put it back on the 9th, where the original narrative belongs. Then you get this shit. Watch this question again.
With a very rude attitude. No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can put his...
She just gave you a timestamp. So look, let's see, is all we on track? What timestamp she talking about right now?
No, they were straight. I said, okay. Next question. Can I see my daughter?
Hold on, let me rewind a little back more.
Because
right here.
And reading in the paper.
Somebody give me an accurate timestamp on this shit.
Newspapers. An employee found her. So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
So you don't know who?
You're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kenneka while she was in the freezer.
After being denied at first because I asked them. And I went online on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help. And I started timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up, they couldn't say that I wasn't, conscious enough.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like I was like
right.
out of my mind or whatever.
Right.
And I stated, because I had made a post on Facebook before that, when I was in search of Kenneka, that I needed help. If somebody see my daughter, to inform me, and after I made this live video, I re-entered the hotel and I asked them, how was she laying? The head detective, how was she laying? He stated she was laying on her side. And I said, was she laying, how was her legs? Was they curved, like in a fetal position? Yes. He said, no, they were straight. I said, okay. Next question. Can I see my daughter? How she died, how she laid in the freezer. As I wanted to see her. He said, the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in with a very rude attitude. No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can put his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective, badge number. So then he said, as everybody getting ready to round up to go, he said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna speak with the coroners and see what they can do. So here we go, hours later. 5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but rounding it off, 5 hours later, they come to me and states, only I could come see her. Me, I'm allowed, and I could bring.
Y'all appreciate that, Jay Governor, because you goddamn it, you paying attention at 12. So the lady been asking to see the body since 12, and they were denying the lady. And 5 hours later, they finally let her see the body. Y'all, that makes sense. Shout out to Uncle Fed, Jack. Shout out to Uncle Fed. So now look. The lady was asking to see the body at 12 something. 2 something in the morning, she calling the hotel talking about camera footage. 3 something, the hotel trying to kick them out the hotel because it done got rowdy. So when they kicked them out the hotel, Teresa came back to that bitch. She wasn't supposed to be there. Man, these folks looking at her like, what the fuck she doing back up here? And she up there causing more trouble. Now, only thing Miss Teresa was doing from 7 in the morning all the way to midnight is harassing the police and the staff members, bro, about that camera footage.
Bring one more other person with me. That's when they allowed me. They walked us back there. They said, wait, this is a crime scene. You are not allowed to take any photos. You can't touch, and don't touch anything. And they watched us as if we was there. Like we was involved in it. It seemed like the crime scene was on us, not what went on with my daughter.
Right.
Mm.
So you see your daughter in the freezer now. To bring up to date.
No, I'm sorry. No, at this time, they had removed her from the freezer. I asked them, yes. They removed her from the freezer. When they removed her from the freezer, by the time we came 5 hours or plus later, later, rounding it off, Kenneka was laying on a stretcher in a white body bag already.
Oh, shit. What, in a white body bag already? Here go a white body bag. I don't see she was lying when she said she saw in the white body bag already. Cause according to what the footage showing, This girl ain't in no white body bag. So when you listen to Miss Teresa carefully, she told you when she saw the body in a white body bag, right? And when they brought her to the freezer, staged the motherfucker and all Lizzo shit. That's why she wanted to see how she would land. She probably wanted to see how they put her in this freezer, bruh.
So you never saw her?
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well that there was no signs of foul play.
Right.
Like it was just a normal look. You know.
That's what they said.
No signs of sexual harassment and anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures, yes, I believe different.
Because the pictures came out before. That. So you never saw her?
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well that there was no signs of foul play.
Right.
Like it was just a normal.
So what about this shit then, Miss Teresa? Don't nobody never forget about this shit. What about this shit? Bill Mary Kitchen.
Okay, so on the page they went live on, which is Manifa page. Like, okay, so that's not her posting and saying like, this my best friend and all this stuff. Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying the best friend that's posting all the pictures saying like, find her and all this stuff like that. So she wasn't posting it.
Look, make it so bad. Look, man, I hate to do this shit though, but I got to. Bruh. Cause look, the game is so cold. Hold on, where you at? Look at this shit, bruh. In his kitchen. Watch this shit. This is his kitchen. This is his kitchen. With Leonora. Man, bruh.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm talking about third party baby. She was like, I thought she right behind me. Yeah, like, she mad, like, I thought she already dead. That's Trey Gang. That's the fight. They probably thought she was already dead.
Bill Murray got a history doing inappropriate things. He ain't nothing but a pervert. So this mean if you got some money, bruh, and if you got these ugly ass hoes, what he like, look at this. You think she give a fuck about Kenneka and the girl and her sister in the freezer and his freezer? This mean, man, this man got money to make you. I want your dog. I want your sister's soul. Look how they sell out for money, bro. For money. Man, that lady went on Facebook, bruh, and was like, Kenneka, I'm living my best life. Girl, if it wasn't for you, I'm living my best life. So look.
But I'm saying, so like, why not everybody? So why they was trying to act like she was missing instead of just saying like we tried to, you know what I'm saying? Try to. Oh, and that's the best friend. Okay, so on the page they went live on, which is Manifa page. Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying the best friend that's posting all the pictures saying like find her and all this stuff like that. So she wasn't posting it. Malifa. Yeah.
But if everybody listen to that voice, guess whose voice that is? That's Quetta. That's Leonora cousin on the phone. You see what I'm saying? So look, I bet you my last dollar, living no return trick with being married. I bet you being married paid for her. And I bet she a regular hoe for him. See, they know each other personally. Mm-hmm. Then in his kitchen, let me tell y'all why that kitchen would be up under construction. You want to know the real reason why the kitchen would be up under construction down on the lower level? You see what I'm saying? Because if the lower level is the crime scene too, and all it is, why not goddamn it remodel that motherfucker? You got all DNA. That's just like how a mobster think. They'll take you to a house that you would normally go to. But this particular day, you go in this house and you see plastic everywhere. You be like, damn, why all the plastic doing all on the floor and stuff? You know, oh yeah, man, we finna paint the walls. So you looking like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But the whole time, somebody was standing behind you, blowed your brains out so the blood won't spatter on the carpet and all of this shit. Man, look. This just proved to me Leonora been tricking out with being married, bro. He all at the funeral. He paying for the hotel's expenses. This would be your motherfucking connection. You see what I'm saying? This would be your connection right here, bro. But they got us thinking like, man, being married don't socialize with these hoes in Chicago. Shit. Look at that booty. Man, I know that man on winning that goddamn checkbook. How much? Goddamn. Shit. Shit, you just give me about $40, $50. Shit, bitch, I give you $800. Matter of fact, you can come in this motherfucker, get free rooms and free drinks. You know, cause you know this bitch real thirsty. That bitch love drinking. She a beer drinker too. Shit, bitch, you ain't got to pay for no motherfucking room, bitch. Man, let me go talk to Lenny. Lenny, I got these hoes. What? Let me see the picture. Look, I told her to wear my Ghost Buster outfit. Cause she just don't know she finna get her ghost busted. You know what I'm talking about? So Leonora come out there with all that donking that John oiled up, and he liked that shit like shit. That's probably how he was looking every time. This probably be the same facial expression every time Leonora come up to that hotel. Hey, what Bill at? Hold on, let's call Bill. Bill, you know what I'm talking about? What goddamn, I'm busy. Leonora down here, shit, I'm on the way. And he coming down that motherfucker hopping and skipping and shit. Pocket full of perk 30s and dick hardles. You know what I'm talking about? Leonora broke, you know, and she ain't got no goddamn money. She low and shit. Yeah, I just come in there and see you got a little few dollars and shit. I'm hungry. What you want, bitch? Shit, I want me some, you know what I'm saying, some McDonald's. No, you finna eat some of this clone meat in this restaurant. So he done went and took her to the Caddy Shack and gave her the Frankenstein menu. Talking about, what you want? Chicken fingers? Yeah, I love chicken fingers. And coming to find out, them real Herman fingers. Man, you got two big handprints on your plate. Two big ass hands. You know what I'm talking about? Next thing you know, you done ate goddamn it 4 missing persons. You know what I'm talking about? Man, look, you done ate goddamn it Snoop, Queek, and Mr. Lester. Man, Mr. Lester been missing for goddamn 2 months. He been in the goddamn a funeral home warehouse, you know, being preserved, spicing his ass up, cause you know when it come to Herman meat, you got a process to do. So they got Mr. Lester now. His ass been missing for almost 6 months now. He in the goddamn funeral home, marinade in barbecue sauce. You see what I'm saying? So it could accumulate, and once all the seasoning spices settle in and shit, he won't taste so salty. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, you better not order no ground beef in that motherfucker. I know that much. That ain't ground beef, man. Them human brains. Man, look, they had, check this out, bro. I'm not lying, bro. I snuck in the hotel my goddamn self. Man, look, I done put on a wig, some goggles and shit, a long ass trench coat, went in that mug. Yeah, I like to book a room, please. Book the room. You know what I'm talking about? So I started my investigation and shit, camping out, and I go down there to the goddamn restaurant. And I'm like, yeah, they hand me the menu. I flipped the pages. The waitress lady winked at me like, wink. So I winked back there twice. Wink, wink. The next thing you know what I'm talking about? There was a code word somebody told me. If one of them wink at you, you got to wink back in 2 times fold. You know what I'm talking about? They let you know you a part of them. So next thing you know, when I wink back 2 times, the bitch pulled out another menu. The Frankenstein edition. So I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, what would you like to be having? You want some brains? You want some liver? You know what I'm talking about? You want hands and foots? I said, I take foot, please. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, so they had to fry my shit up. It take about 45 minutes if you want your foot fried. So look, I'm on the menu, and then make it so bad. The person that you eat, you see the missing poster sign right there by the dish. So just like if you get a glass of milk, if you want some milk or something, they're gonna bring that milk carton out with the victim you eating. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Who it is I'm eating? This Mr. Lester, bitch. Well, let me get this. Then you reading the milk carton, spin the man bones out your mouth and shit like that. This man been missing for goddamn 6 months. Ooh, you know what I'm talking about? Man, they in there fucking that man body parts up in there, bro. You can tell he drink blood. She probably drink it too. But yeah, guys. How long I been live? Yeah, I'm gonna shut this John down, goddammit. But this his kitchen.
Look, you know,
that's what they said.
No signs of sexual harassment or anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures, Yes, I believe different.
Because the pictures came out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wandering in the hotel and she needed help. And
really? How? Miss Teresa? Going out with the police narrative, with the family member, playing Kenneka. You see what I'm saying? See there how they saying the girl would come up missing that 2 something in the beginning, then switch it to 3? Just like Miss Teresa and them switching their story. When they switch their story, Miss Teresa and them switch their story. Listen what they got on the news about this girl.
News. Do not buy new windows if you live in Tennessee. Homeowners in Tennessee, zip codes.
I want to see her literally actually walking into this freezer.
Kenneka Jenkins' mother wants to see it to believe it, but now we know that will not happen. According to the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, there is no video of Kenneka Jenkins walking into a freezer.
And be so real, that was a goddamn truth. It's no video of Kenneka walking in the freezer because she never did. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. You cannot show Kenneka walk back there if she didn't walk back there. But you can get somebody else to do it. If you look at the video quality, look at the video quality. Look at the video quality in the beginning. Look at all this distorted. Look how the footage so distorted. Look at all the noise on the footage. If I go to this footage, show y'all the same footage. Look how more clear it is now. And then this shit. Even this motherfucker still distorted a little bit, but it's more clear than what the fuck they did.
We do see Kenneka walking in this lower level kitchen in the hotel. She stumbles, turns the corner, and then she goes out of frame. But then she's captured here by another camera stumbling in the kitchen.
No one from Crown Plaza Hotel responds to her.
Video time codes appear to show Kenneka roaming the hotel for more than an hour. First, Kenneka is walking with friends. There's a time gap, and then she's later seen by herself. At one point, she stumbles out of an elevator. Later, she repeatedly hits the wall walking down a hallway.
We will get to the bottom of it. We will only...
Ooh-hoo-hoo. Boy, y'all see how the news, boy, golly. Boy, you see how the news simply broke that shit down? You see what I'm saying?
And, you know, she...
And guess why the footage distorted like that? Because the YouTubers edit the footage. Y'all got to remember, them YouTubers had access. The YouTuber that was at the party, them was the first one that had access to the footage. Ain't that strange? They was the first one had access to the footage. The first ones. Before the news got it, check this out, before the news even was called, YouTubers already had the footage. Even Zach had the footage. Hey, there you go, Andy. It's the YouTubers. They all have digital creators on their profile. Cause look, everybody I done trace back, these motherfuckers just creators content. You know what I'm saying? They create content, bruh. They just make up shit and put shit out. Then when you look at everybody at the hotel background, these people come back to doctors and lawyers. They're just like, why would a lawyer want to work at a Burger King? You see what I'm saying? Unless he doing something corrupt, maybe he and that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, finna set up a major lawsuit or something. Maybe he finna, you know, set the restaurant up to, you know what I'm saying, so he can check all the violations and, you know what I'm saying, and see what they all code violations and all this, and set up an operation to collect insurance money. You see what I'm saying? That's just like a motherfucker. Just say like a motherfucker probably about to lose their house or some shit like that, and the motherfucker start burning it up for insurance fraud to save their house and rebuild and start all over again. You know what I'm saying? Look, ain't no why would you think why would she would say why did she say her daughter look lost? That's a red flag. That shit scripted. Damn, where you been? Damn, I thought the whole purpose of me going live is actually showing how this shit scripted. Showing how she got in the freezer. Showing everything what everybody thought, what they thought in the beginning. But Trey Gang showing you this shit, bro. You can watch this video all day long. Yeah, she lying. She lying. She lying. Everybody know the lady lying. But you got to know what she lied about. Like she said, they denied me seeing the body 3 times. They gave you a timestamp when she was asking to see the body. Way before she got the call at 4:34. Way before the narrative when they told her she supposed to come out. Check this out. Look how the news said this shit, bro. Why would Kenneka mama would be asking to see her body round about 12 something at night? So this mean this show you this is a bogus ass footage right here. You see what I'm saying? I would say that too. She looked lost. She needed help. You gotta say something. She could have had a better answer than that. The lady could have simply said, look, check this out. The lady agreed with her. A lady agreed with another family member to play Kenneka in the hallway. So why not why she agreed? That's my daughter. Yeah, that's her. Why she like that? She needed help. Help for what, Miss Teresa? Because don't forget about drugs and dope in her system. She ain't mentioning that though, is it? You see what I'm saying? Everything that needs to be mentioned, she ain't finna tell you about no dope in her system. You know what I'm saying? She ain't finna tell you who was all in that room. Miss Teresa ain't finna tell you and tell y'all for what? Family thicker than blood, goddammit. Well, however that shit go, she ain't finna rat her people out cause y'all wanna know the truth. You know what I'm saying? She gonna tell y'all anything y'all wanna hear, bruh. All because she's a fake ass, grieving ass mammy. They got the world fucked up in the head. This who killed the J4K community. With the lies. This the reason why the J4K community is broken. Cause the bitch would have never opened up her goddamn mouth, bruh. We would never be here. We'll never be here right today, bruh. From my understanding, the lady not a good goddamn liar. The lady need to be coached. She can't even do an interview without telling on herself. The bitch always drunk. I think the bitch drink more than I do. It's Miss Teresa that got everybody thinking she roamed the hallway for an hour. It's Miss Teresa got everybody thinking that Kenneka, she was left at the hotel and nobody didn't do nothing to her. It wasn't even no setup. She the one called out the protest and really didn't even want the protest. Look how fast she shut it down. Yeah. How about the lawsuit money don't got nothing to do with Kenneka? All she did was sue the hotel because it's an unsafe kitchen. Man, check this out. I might as well just go start walking in the business and find any kind of violations in this motherfucker. Hold on, wait a minute. This floor wet as hell. No wet floor sign? Let me slip and fall. Boom! 100 racks. Know what I'm talking about? Let me peep out all these violations and see where I can get the money. All she did was sue the hotel because they is neglectful, dirty, unsanitized, and all this shit. She seen it and she sued these people. And guess what? Didn't nobody take a loss. Insurance paid for that. That didn't come out no Crown Plaza money because she already got her Crown Plaza organ money. So this is what the bitch did. She got her money from the organ. It must want that motherfucking much that it pissed your ass off. You had to sue these people for millions. You see what I'm saying? That's why you took these people to the goddamn silver suit, because they probably fucked you on some of your money. Paying you 30,000 here, a little bit down. No, I want my shit in a lump. I want the whole load. Don't be giving me no slices and shit. Man, bruh. I'm sick of this lady. Man, look, this is so stupid to me, bruh. This is why I don't like nothing in the world, bruh. Man, the Bible says don't love nothing in the world, bruh. And this showed me, this the reason. Look what people doing in real life, bruh. Sacrificing their own kid, setting their own children up for money. $1. That ain't got nothing to do with God. Man, look. The dollar is so evil, it got demonic symbols on it. Every single is on the dollar. Lucifer invented those symbols, bro. That's Lucifer money. Why would God invent money? Money corrupt people, bro. That's why God never invent money. That's why he was like, look, I give you land. You gotta buy no apples and shit. Grow these motherfuckers. I got you some seeds. I'm gonna show you how to plant these John. You will never go hungry again. But the people would make money going broke hungry. You see what I'm saying? Look how much money it take you to feed you a month. A month. And just imagine you can cut all that down, grow your own shit. If you like chicken, go get you some chicken. Raise you some chicken and feed those chicken. You know what I'm saying? Feed those goddamn chicken some good ass chicken feed. So when they get big and healthy, you got you a big ass chicken. You don't want these plumped up ass corn chicken and shit that been filled up with all these chemicals, and then you go into the doctor want to know how you got cancer. Shit, you been watching this shit all your life. Yeah, they say all the meat glue, clone meat, but you still going there buying the clone meat. You know what I'm saying? Shit, where I come from, we had chicken coops, bruh. Man, we had chicken, man, when we go out there, bruh. Man, check this out. Man, you could go out there, goddamn, and cut a chicken. You cut you a bird and feed the whole family with some green. Everything you went and got in the garden, you finna go get the chicken. You got your greens over here and your potato fresh out the dirt. And it tastes more better. Man, bro, you could cook food right now in the house. You ain't even smell onions or the meat. I remember back in the day, you could tell what a motherfucker cooking. Ooh, man, that mother, man, I smell some goddamn smother, goddamn it, cabbage greens, some goddamn baby cheese. You can identify what a motherfucker smelling. The next thing you know, a motherfucker smells something and gotta ask, man, what you cooking? Man, it's funny you could go up in a restaurant and don't even smell the food in the restaurant. Like no food don't even, man, the food don't even smell like food no more, bro. It's like food ain't even got no smell to it no more. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, gang. Pie y'all, Jack. I just want to spill some of that tea and let y'all know what's going on. If y'all want me to goddamn it, you know what I'm saying, keep talking about this shit, bro. Man, y'all got to share and like this video, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I can't talk about this shit forever. You know what? I'd rather for everybody to get on the same track so we can expose everything, bro. Then we could go live and just talk about it. Talk about what we know instead of talking about it in conspiracy mode. We winning when we know what we talking about. We losing if we in conspiracy mode, bro. You see what I'm saying? Then YouTube already black. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. I should have screenshot this. Don't you know what YouTube told me about the Kenneka Jenkins video? They say I can't show nothing violent. Hold on. Put it like this here. If you make content on YouTube, you know what the guidelines when it come to the YouTube guidelines, right? Guess what I found out? Why they'll block my shit impartially around the United States. Cause these people said, look, check this out. Do y'all remember when I told y'all, I got some information over here. Thumb me up if I told y'all, I said, man, y'all, these people on a terrorist watch list. Thumb me up if I told y'all this shit, right? Thumb me up if y'all heard Trey Gang and said, man, look, y'all, I was looking into this shit. I said, man, these people are linked to the terrorist watch group. That's why I'm shadow banned. Because YouTube against the guideline, you can't show nobody that's a terrorist or in a terroristic group. I ain't even know that, bro. So I just really look, cause when I'm like, damn, why the fuck? So I just said, let me learn some more about this shit. So I hit the learn more tab about it. I'm like, damn, for real? So that means if I'm a parent, just say if I'm like a terrorist, right? You know what I'm talking about? You can't broadcast that terrorist. Think about it, like the FBI can't broadcast no terrorists. They got to tell you, yeah, you know, we got terrorists. You know, they'll never just give you a list of terrorists. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. Kenny on there, Straight Drop on there, Just 33 Kings on there, on the goddamn watch list. Kenny Martin is on the Sam watch list. I ain't even know what a Sam watch list was. Do y'all know what a Sam watch list is? Do anybody know what a Sam watch list is? Nope. No. And if you do, tell it to me in the chat. I found that out by somebody linking up with me. Like, man, Trey Gang, let me put you on something right quick. So I was like, damn. What's a Sam watch list? I never heard of that. Then when I looked it up, I said, man, damn. They government informants then. They terrorists and government informants. They government informants on contracts. That's why YouTube, cause I'm like, damn, I just upload the video on YouTube, like we can't show this everywhere. And it's on a lot of my videos. Even when I talk about it, I'm like, well, damn, why? Cause I'm like, damn. In the studio, it's saying the views up. But when I go on the YouTube, the views low. So I'm like, so which one it is? You see what I'm saying? And then when I start learning, I'm like, oh man, for real? Look, these people say, check this out. These people just added to the guideline. You can't even talk about no shocking content. You can't, check this out. They said, don't y'all know how some of these YouTubers, not dealing with the Kenneka Jenkins case, just other YouTubers in random that you might watch that talk about murders or gospel, you know what I'm saying, or some research, it's whatever the case may be. Did you hear some of your other YouTubers out there mouth and say, man, you know, they blocking my videos and I know they took some of my videos down because it was certain key words that you said that YouTube is not gonna allow you to say. There you look, that's what I'm talking about. If everybody look up at the sound watch list, I'll show you who all on that motherfucker. But I can't do it on YouTube because it's personal information. They're just like showing somebody driving license. They're just like me got my ops driving license and I can upload the op driving license. Your channel could get taken down for that shit. It ain't worth me, you know what I'm saying, putting it up. If you want to see it, I'll send it to you. You know what I'm talking about? But every time when Trey Gang want to show y'all something, y'all know they be watching me. And once I try to tell y'all something and try to show y'all something, these people will hit that strike button like T Slade did, man. Shut me down. I was like, wow. You know what I'm talking about? Look, matter of fact, custom design. Look. Man, this dude right here, I got a serious problem with him. This man is a motherfucking stalker, bruh. This man is on Trey Gang so bad. It's so bad, bruh, that it's obvious. It's obvious. Oh, he took it all down. Man, this man be posting, mention me in this shit. Look. It got to a point, bruh, that this nigga right here, he the main one on my list. I smack him and I'ma choke him out and I'ma put him in a cooler. Chopped up on ice. Ready for shipment. To the Vietnamese. Cause they love niggas over there. They say them niggas taste scrumptious over there. Yeah, we're gonna make him some custom design soups. Trim that boy ass up and make some goddamn stew. Look at this shit, bruh. It got to a point, bruh. This shit really harassing. And regular people don't do this type shit. Man, that boy hate me so bad, bruh. All this shit dealing with Trey Gang. All this shit dealing with Trey Gang, bruh. Him. Breezy. Hold up. What's that nigga name? Breezy certified. Right here. Here go another sucker. Him. That's on the surveillance footage. Him. Another sucker. Where that video at? Right here.
What's good, everybody?
Yeah, where the video went to? Right here.
Old days. I'm the bank of the world. CB.
How he get this video if he don't know King Rob now? This shit crazy. Look at this shit. What hotel that is? I look and found where that motherfucker at. They known for throwing hotel party, so every party I seen them do at hotel, all I did was just Google the motherfucker. Now I know where they favorite spots at. Look. This sucker on the footage. And making movies. He even got the Kenneka Jenkins movie. Man, y'all, you know, all this shit in the making, bro. And then look, this the same nigga that was harassing Trey Gang in the chat. But goddamn it, when Trey Gang started mentioning Uncle Fed, them motherfuckers left me alone, didn't it, man? Told y'all, bro. When I mention Uncle Fed name, man, I ain't heard a peep at these niggas no more. They more scared of their Uncle Fed than they more scared of than me. See, they never seen me before. See, they don't even know who I really is. They probably looking at me like he a bust ass nigga because they can't find no kind of gangster shit to size me up on. So they gonna try me like that. You know what I'm talking about? But Uncle Fed, they know where they stand at. Man, they let you know you ain't all that motherfucking gangster. You hoe ass nigga, you. And you ain't custom design. Y'all niggas some goddamn maggot ass straight dog. When you see a pit bull, you stick your goddamn tail between your legs. Hi, y'all. Fuck you gonna try to come at me? You can't even, you know what I'm talking about. And you out here scared of other niggas out here. Man, you don't get your goddamn wanna be wanksters. These niggas wanna be wanksters, cause that's what they niggas is. Cause they can dress up all in red and like this Timberlake. Where I come from, we sit trip and watch your favorite color drip. You know what I'm talking about? Hi, y'all. But yeah, man, Trey Gang getting on up out of here. Man, I love y'all. Y'all be y'all be cool, and y'all be safe. I appreciate everybody share and like the video. Appreciate the new subscriber too, y'all. Bye, y'all. And I sure appreciate the Cash App, y'all. And Trey Gang out.